Hello, Namaskar, good evening. I am Ajit Kumar Jha, the editor of the Public Global and the CEO of Power Pixar. And I want to remind my viewers that just yesterday I had made a video on Rahul Gandhi's Belchi turnaround, the famous turned around by Indira Gandhi when she climbed the elephant and went to Belchi when there was massive monsoon going around in Bihar back on 13th of August 1977. And that everyone points out is when Indira Gandhi turned the tables, the Janata Party's decline started, and Indira Gandhi's rise. And in the next election in 1980, Indira Gandhi made a massive comeback. So that I've described as it was the Indira Gandhi's Belchi moment, and now the Voter Adhikar rally, because of the way it has built the chemistry between Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav, between the Congress party, which was on a decline, and the RJD, which has been on a massive rise. By the way, the RJD has been the single largest party of Bihar from 1990 till today, although it came to power only 3 times before 2005. But it has always, in each successive election, been the single largest party. One of the limitation of the RJD, the fact that it was a single largest party, the big limitation was its MY coalition, Muslim Yadavs, and they constitute roughly about 27 to 28% of the voters on the ground. But this time, Tejasvi Yadav has been very, very careful in his messages. He's talking along with Rahul Gandhi, because Rahul Gandhi has also taken the caste survey pledge. Remember, Rahul Gandhi jumped on the caste survey pledge right back in 2023 when Nitish Kumar had come up with the caste survey idea. And on 2nd of October 2023, Nitish Kumar announced the caste survey, and 7 days later, Rahul Gandhi dived in. And at that time, Nitish Kumar was thinking of being with the India Alliance, India Bloc. So Rahul Gandhi supported it. But even after Nitish Kumar crossed over to the NDA to be with the BJP, Rahul Gandhi kept refining the model, the caste survey model. And in fact, Revanth Reddy, the chief minister of Telangana, who has been accompanying Rahul Gandhi during the Voter Adhikar rally, he came up with a more refined, more nuanced caste survey. And that has become the new model for the so-called OBC, MBC, Dalit, tribal, minority vote banks. That Rahul Gandhi has been pushing despite some voices of opposition inside the Congress. The reason some people in Congress has been opposing it, because at one time Congress, its major vote bank was the upper castes. Remember the old alliance of Congress: Brahmin, Dalit, and Muslims. And not only Brahmins, but an important section of the upper caste. That was the solid alliance of the Congress, by which it ruled from the time of Nehru, until recently, until let's say 2014 in different parts of the country. But in Bihar, they actually ruled and did very well until 1990s. What happened is the Muslims moved en bloc to the RJD, away from the Congress, because of some of the excesses committed against them during the emergency. And the upper caste moved over to the BJP. The Dalits went different ways. A big section went to the RJD, and some Dalits, of course, also moved towards the NDA. And as a result, the Congress lost its mojo. That is exactly what Rahul Gandhi is trying to recreate in Bihar and the rest of the country. In the Voter Adhikar rally, he's pointing out how the Election Commission of India, in collusion with the BJP, has been robbing sort of people's voting rights. We know that the ECI has done a terrible job with the special intensive revision. 65 lakh voters' names have been cut out from the list. Every day one new scam comes up. In fact, Rahul Gandhi pointed out an entire village of Bihar just has one address. I mean, every time the Election Commission will say, oh, there are some discrepancies here, discrepancies there. Come on, yaar, Election Commission of India. More than 1 lakh voters discrepancy in Karnataka, massive discrepancy in Maharashtra, and now this pathetically done SIR in matter of 1 month, when it should never have been done in a state like Bihar, the size of Bihar, in the same year when it is having election. By the way, this is not my opinion. This is what the Election Commission had pointed out in case the Election Commission of India has forgotten. In the year 2005, in 2005, there were special intensive revisions that were done. Like in Bihar, it was done in 2003, West Bengal in 2001 and 2. So the demand was to have a special intensive revision in Maharashtra. But the Election Commission pointed out in 2005 that if a state is having election that year, it must never be allowed to have a special intensive revision, because it causes massive disequilibrium, turbulence in the state. You know, voters go crazy trying to get this card, that card, and that story, I have made a few videos on that, how the Election Commission has shown official and managerial ineptitude in doing it. Massive discrepancies. Almost every day, the Supreme Court has been on a daily basis pointing out the mistakes that the Election Commission has been doing, not considering, epic voter card, not considering Aadhaar card, not considering Manrega card, not considering a ration card, but considering silly things like passport, like forest rights clearance, etc., etc. Most of the voters, I mean, Bihar, less than 1.5% is forest. How many people would have that card? Then they pointed out passport. Less than 1.5% again of Biharis actually have a passport. Only people who go abroad have a passport most of the time. I'm from Bihar, but majority of the people who I know, they don't have passport. They don't think it is useful unless they get a job abroad. So this pathetic way in which the Election Commission is doing has raised a serious question. And by the way, I have been talking to BJP leaders and Janata Dal United leaders privately, and most of them have pointed out that, and this is their take, let me tell my viewers, the BJP leaders, JDU leaders say, ये चुनाव तो पहले से ही जीते हुए थे, ये क्या लगा दिया SIR बीच में, ये सारा हलचल हो गया है और अब हार जाएंगे. और यदि हारे इस चुनाव को, NDA leaders are pointing out, the main culprit will be the Election Commission, and whoever told the Election Commission to carry on the SIR in such a tearing hurry, in such a pathetic manner in Bihar. So the onus of losing Bihar is now on the Election Commission's record, the pathetic record of carrying on the SIR. Suddenly there is anger on the ground, fierce anti-incumbency, and that you see during the Voter Adhikar rally, and the way the popularity, the rising popularity of Rahul Gandhi declining popularity of Prime Minister Modi, and even on the ground, while Prime Minister Modi is going to China and Japan and trying to fix all the problems that came about because of US President Donald Trump imposing a very unfair 50% tariff, Rahul Gandhi is now busy on the ground, 16-day rally, right, across almost 20 to 25 districts across the entire state, starting from Sasaram. In fact, he has just, yesterday he was in Motihari, in between he was in Darbhanga, different places. He goes like in a loop. He starts from Sasaram, which is the southern area in Bihar. I had pointed out in a previous video why Sasaram. Two reasons. One, this is historically the place where Sher Shah Suri came from. And who was Sher Shah Suri? The famous Bihari who beat the Mughals. There was a war between him and the second Mughal, Humayun, and Sher Shah Suri defeated Humayun and captured Delhi. So that is when Bihar had captured Delhi. So Biharis remember Sher Shah Suri as a great hero from Bihar. By the way, he was the man who made the Grand Trunk Road in India, the GT Road, which was the best road in India before the National Highway Authority started building up new roads recently. So Sher Shah Suri is very important. So that one reason. And second reason, Dalit, the tallest Dalit leader of India, let's say, along with Baba Saheb Ambedkar, was Babu Jagjivan Ram. And Babu Jagjivan Ram had won 8 consecutive elections from Sasaram, and his daughter Meera Kumar had won twice from Sasaram. So 10 elections, Babu Jagjivan Ram's family won from Sasaram. And remember, Babu Jagjivan Ram was a very important Dalit leader. By the way, he was also the Deputy Prime Minister of India during the Janata Party regime from 77 to 80. So that Rahul Gandhi selected Sasaram for that reason. Congress had a massive base in Sasaram, and then he kind of in a loop went from Sasaram, moved like this, went up to Darbhanga and then Motihari, and then on 1st September, he's coming to Patna, and he will be holding a road show, rally, and things of that sort. And I have already talked about it. Several people have pointed out massive sort of crowds, massive mobilization, great chemistry between Rahul Gandhi and Tejashwi Yadav on the ground, along with Dipankar Bhattacharya, a series of chief ministers from the south, Stalin from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Revanth Reddy, the Telangana Chief Minister, Akhilesh Yadav, the UP Chief Minister, former UP Chief Minister, who is the leader of the opposition in Uttar Pradesh. Each of them have accompanied Rahul Gandhi. What does it point towards? It points towards a massive sort of strengthening of the India Bloc alliance. Not only in Bihar, the great chemistry, as I said, between the Congress and the RJD and the left parties, revival of the Congress party, revival of Rahul Gandhi in Bihar and in the country, but the cementing of the Mahagathbandhan and the cementing of the India Bloc via this Voter Adhikar rally. I think it's a master stroke by Rahul Gandhi. He has shown people he's living in those villages, basically with a cobbler one day, with some worker the second day, in Dalit villages, in tribal villages, with this great, the mountain man hero of Gaya, Manji. There he spent time, and he takes care. He doesn't sort of publicize that, as Prime Minister Modi is known to publicize everything with massive cameras. In fact, the truth is that the mainstream media is doing a pathetic job not covering this important turnaround of Rahul Gandhi that I call the Belchi moment. But let me shift from here and point out, does this mean that the Mahagathbandhan has won the Bihar election? Is it a foregone conclusion? Well, once the elections are announced, obviously the focus will shift from the SIR and the Voter Adhikar rally. It will still be an important agenda, but to other issues on the ground. And what are those issues? Those issues are massive unemployment in the state, especially among the youth. And that is one reason for the massive mobilization of the youngsters all around Rahul Gandhi, and quite a few of them with Prashant Kishore. So the fierce anti-incumbency against the Nitish government, massive unemployment, massive out-migration of laborers from Bihar, even students, because there is no great educational institutions from Bihar. Whatever were the great educational institutions, that are on a serious decline. For example, Prashant Kishore has made this important agenda. He pointed out, if he becomes the chief minister, he will create a Netarhat type school in every district of Bihar. Netarhat used to be the model school of Bihar when Jharkhand and Bihar were one state. So education is the focus of Prashant Kishore. Similarly, Congress has come up or is about to come up with sort of agendas which is largely centered around unemployment, out-migration, education, health. If we saw how Bihari laborers suffered during the COVID crisis, all of us saw on television how Bihari laborers were forced out of cities like Delhi, Mumbai, where the rich who exploit them did not even care for them. And there were these stories, and in front of our TV cameras, we saw them walking all the way in the middle of a scorching summer, walking all the way from Delhi, from Bombay to Bihar, or on a bicycle with their little belongings. That was a pathetic slap on the face of the Bihar administration, how they mishandled the entire COVID crisis, and on the face of the NDA government, how it could not take care of these laborers from Bihar, which otherwise they use in states like Gujarat. Gujaratis are making money because of Bihari laborers. Very rightly pointed out by Prashant Kishore, by the Congress party, by Tejaswi Yadav and others. So this, basically, the Voter Adhikar rally has started, and it has built up this trajectory, the popularity of Rahul Gandhi. At the same time, they are going to hammer the NDA once the elections are announced on these various issues that I pointed out. And at the same time, let's look at the graph of the Congress party. The Congress party, since it has become what it looks like on the ground, such an important player, therefore it needs to bargain with the RJD, with the party with which Rahul Gandhi has built a great chemistry. It needs to bargain for more seats. Last election, 2020, the Congress was allocated 70 seats, but the Congress did not do very well. They ended up winning only 19 seats. And as a result, Tejaswi Yadav can turn around and say, well, your performance was so low. But one reason for the performance being low was because the seats allocated to the Congress by the RJD, at that time, Lalu Yadav was calling the shots in the RJD, were basically seats. 45 of those 70 seats were NDA strongholds. Now, it is not fair on the part of RJD to give all the tough seats to the Congress and take away the easy seats and claim, oh, we have done very well. So that, I think, Rahul Gandhi must insist, because right now, Tejaswi Yadav needs Rahul Gandhi much more than Rahul Gandhi needs Tejaswi Yadav. Reason? Because Tejaswi Yadav will be the chief minister if the Mahagathbandhan comes to power in Bihar. So in order to become the CM, his lifelong ambition, the great ambition of Lalu Yadav, Rahul Gandhi should use that not only to get 70 seats, but according to me, get 100 seats. And the Congress should do the turnaround here. The Congress should try to win a minimum of 50, maybe even more. The strike rate should not be like 2020. Now, the important question is, some people point out, well, Congress doesn't have an organization on the ground. Congress is not able to do the turnaround. Of course it can do. Let's look at 2015. Congress decided to contest on its own. Why? Because in 2015, Nitish Kumar, the Chief Minister of Bihar, and the RJD were in alliance. And when Congress contested, they won 27 out of those 41 seats. It was a grand alliance. Nitish Kumar, RJD, and the Congress. And because Nitish Kumar was there, less seats were given to Congress. But look at its performance, 27 out of 41. The strike rate is much higher than 50%. So the Congress, a rejuvenated party, after all, even in Lok Sabha, their numbers went off from, somewhere in the 50 plus to almost 99 in 2024. So Congress is now the almost what I would call a senior partner, a national party. It should force the RJD to, cough off seats for the Congress, and Congress should go and do a massive campaign on the ground. In fact, my advice to Rahul Gandhi would be to carry on another rally, almost like the Voter Adhikar rally on the ground. Stay put in Bihar, turn around Congress, because if they manage with an alliance to do that and beat the BJP and the JDU combined government, this is going to be the turnaround election of India, not only of Bihar. Why? Because look at the next few assembly elections in India. The next election is Bengal, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. All of us know, even without doing much of psephology, that the Congress or the left will win Kerala. In Tamil Nadu, Mr. Stalin is going to win, not the NDA at least. In West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee will hold her fortress against the NDA. So perhaps the only place that the NDA, especially BJP, might win is Assam. And if they don't win Bihar, then a different story begins. The story of decline of the BJP, decline of the NDA, and the rise of the India Bloc. And that is that the BJP cannot afford. Therefore, when Rahul Gandhi started his Voter Adhikar rally from Sasaram, the Prime Minister chose the same day to start his campaign unofficially. He came to Bodh Gaya, and that day he sort of came and gave a speech there. Later went to Simariya, and I have talked about this comparison between Prime Minister Modi and Rahul Gandhi, both their Rahul Gandhi's rally, Prime Minister's speech, Gaya Ji, as the Prime Minister pointed out during his speech, and Sasaram. So the Prime Minister flagged it off, but then the Prime Minister got busy. He had to, pay attention to Donald Trump's imposition of tariffs. Now he's moving around. The Congress critics point out, आजकल प्रधानमंत्री खाली विदेश में ही रहते हैं. So it's like as if he's junketing around in Asia, China, Japan, other places. And Rahul Gandhi, who at one time his image was that Rahul Gandhi stays abroad most of the time, not in the country. He is doing this Voter Adhikar rally on the ground, he has redefined the Congress in terms of massive focus on the OBC, the most backward, Dalits, minorities, the PDA of Akhilesh Yadav, the Pichhada, the Aqliyat, the Dalit, those sections who have been hit the most by the SIR conducted by the Election Commission. It's their names which have chopped off out of those 65 lakh voters. Majority are either Dalits, Muslims, OBC, MBC. So it's those sections who feel that the right to vote, a fundamental right, has been taken away, by the Election Commission without any rhyme or reason, purely ineptitude, purely pathetic management, and in a tearing hurry. I have talked about this in the past. Though that is the anger you see on the street when people come, youngsters come pouring in with Rahul Gandhi, with Tejaswi Yadav, even with Prashant Kishore. Today, I have covered Bihar from 1995. 1990 was perhaps a fiercely anti-incumbent voters' mood in Bihar. I wasn't around. I was abroad. I was in the US at that time, but I have read about it. That's when the turnaround came. Lalu Yadav, the Rashtriya Janata Dal leader, he became the chief minister for the first time. I came back in 1995 and I studied the election from 1995 and subsequent elections. I have never seen this kind of strong anti-incumbency. Not even in 2005, when the RJD lost and Nitish Kumar became the chief minister. Even then, the anti-incumbency was not as strong. Why? Because the RJD was still the single largest party. But today, the anti-incumbency against the NDA government, long 20 years of build-up, is actually making the entire NDA nervous. So while the Prime Minister was away, he made an important decision. 98 leaders of JDU and BJP, several of them cabinet ministers, several of them important leaders from Bihar and otherwise, have been asked to go around Bihar to counter the Voter Adhikar rally of Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav. You know how it looks to me, because I studied the classics. It seems like that moment when the Kauravas ended up ghirawing Abhimanyu, the son of Arjun, and remember how they all got together and ended up all killing Abhimanyu, the young man who had learnt how to enter the Chakravyuh from while he was still in his mother's womb. Why? Because at that time Arjun was telling the story to his wife, and I think his wife went to sleep. So the baby heard how to enter the Chakravyuh, but not how to get out of it. It's a similar picture today. The entire NDA, 98 leaders have gone like the Kauravas, and they have surrounded this young hero, Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav. But the turnaround of Rahul Gandhi might turn out in the same way, like in anger, Arjun went and transformed the entire war, ended up beating the entire Kauravas out of shape, in fact, defeating the tallest leaders of, at that time, defeating Karna, who was his own brother technically, but who was on the side of the Kauravas, because they were not aware that he is, the son of Kunti. So my point is that this creates a completely different environment. The Voter Adhikar rally is a massive turnaround. Of course, as I pointed out, on the ground, the Congress needs to get at least 100 seats out of RJD. The Congress needs to do a massive campaign. Rahul, Priyanka, the Congress bigwigs need to come to Bihar and do a solid campaign on the ground, and everyone has to be very aware that the Election Commission would not commit discrepancy after discrepancy so that the voter chori doesn't take place. If Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav are able to do this negotiation, and if RJD's vote base transfers to Congress and Congress's new vote base among the OBC, MBC, Muslims, others, Dalits, tribals, and even upper caste, because Congress still has bases, upper caste bases in several villages of Bihar. You will find smaller sections. If they all come around and they do a great transfer of vote between the RJD and the Congress and the CPI-ML and the other parties who would be joining them, maybe the VIP, in that case, I think this is going to be the big turnaround election that Bihar is looking for, and the big turnaround election that India is looking for. India meaning not only the India bloc, but Bharat, because this will define the trajectory for the next at least more than 9 months till June, because as I pointed out, there is a series of elections in which largely the NDA is going to lose. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. If they lose Bihar, even if they win Assam, it will be 4 versus 1. Mr. Modi's popularity is already on the decline, as the Mood of the Nation poll pointed out. This will be the rising sort of trend popularity of Rahul Gandhi, decline of Modi, and who knows what might happen in 2029. Let me end here. Thank you very much. Let me conclude once more. The Voter Adhikar rally has become the Belchi turnaround of Rahul Gandhi. What his grandmother had done on 13th August 1977, Rahul Gandhi is doing it this monsoon. That was also a monsoon in Bihar. Remember, Indira Gandhi rode an elephant because she could not reach Belchi. Similarly, Rahul Gandhi is moving around in Bihar during the same monsoon. If, as Biharis say, is baar jo hai hatiya nachatra hai, so that might favor Rahul Gandhi, and he might, the Mahagathbandhan might sweep Bihar. Thank you.